Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning everyone. How are you today? Okay. Have you breakfast? Okay, good. Before we start our lesson today, let's pray together. Pray start. Amin. Okay. Guys, do you still remember what is the last material? Okay, the last material is about group of animal. Okay, there are two kind of group of animal, right? Okay, the first one is vertebrata and the second one is vertebrata. Okay, good. And today we'll talk about group of plants. Okay guys, I've searched about this material on your own LMS. Please watch it first. Okay class, we'll talk about group of plants. Okay, based on the 5 kingdom classification, kingdom plantae or plants are divided into several phyla, namely moss plants, bryophyta, ferns, pterodophyta, and seed plants, spermatophyta. Bacteria included in the kingdom Monera. Algae are included in the kingdom Protista. The 5 kingdoms are classified according to characteristic of each organism that compose it. Okay, we'll go to the next slide. Based on the morphology or composition of the plant body, can be distinguished again of the following two major groups. The first is non-vascular plants or Talophyta, which include mosses plants, Bryophyta, and the second is vascular plants, Tracheophyta, which include ferns, Pterodophyta, and seed plants, Spermatophyta. Okay, class, I will explain what is non-vascular plants. Non-vascular plants are plants that do not have bundles carrier. This group of plants cannot be distinguished between roots, stems, and leaves such as mosses. And vascular plants are plants that have transport bundles and distinguish between roots, stems, and leaves. Vascular plants called coriander plants. Coriander plants are divided into two groups. These are the spore-forming Cormophytes and the seed-bearing Cormophytes. Seed Cormophytes have flowers and seed. Spore Cormophytes do not have flower, for example, ferns or Pterodophyta. Okay, class, we'll go to the next slide. It is similarities of moss plant and fern. There are 3 similarities. The first is moss and fern are plants that have spores, reproduced by vegetative and generative ways. The second, the plant have chlorophyll and photosynthesis. The last, the habitat of moss plant and fern likes moist places. Okay, I will go to the next. I will explain about the characteristic of moss plant. Moss plants have characteristic. The first is do not have roots, stem, and leaves. The structures that similar with root called rhizoid, spores, and chlorophyll. Okay, the next is ferns. Ferns are characterized by having roots, stems, true leaves, no flowers, and no seeds. Other characteristics of plant spikes are young and curled leaves. Their fern leaves produce spores are called sporophylls, and there are also leaves that do not produce spores. The spores are called tropophylls. Okay, for the next is seed plants. There are 2 types of seed plants. The first is open seed plants and the second is closed seed plants. I will explain about open seed plants. Open seed plants has the following characteristics. The first, the seeds are naked because the seeds are not wrapped by fruit leaves. Second, reproductive organs in the form of cone-like shape called strobilus. There are two strobilus, namely male and female strobili. The third, the stem is large and cambium. The next, root and fibrous. And the last, leaves are evergreen, narrow, thick, and stiff. For example, for open seed plants are juniper, cypress, resin, pine, belinjo, and hedge fern. For the next is closed seed plants. Closed seed plants have ovules or seeds are in a structure covered by fruit leaves or carpels. Fruit leaves surrounded by a special tool that forms a reproductive structure called a flower. For example, mango, guava, avocado, grape, and jackfruit. Okay, for the next is closed seed plants, which are grouped into two groups. The first is monocots, which can be observed based on the following characteristics. The first has one-shaped institutional leaves, fibrous roots, stems without cambium, vascular bundles, scattered carriers, parallel or curved leaves, bones, and flower petals, generally multiples of 3. And the second, plants with two pieces or dicotyledons. Plants with two pieces or dicotyledons have the following characteristic. First is have two institutional leaves, taproot, cambium stems, leaf bones fingered or pinnate, carrier bundle arranged in a circle, petals multiples of 4 or 5. Okay guys, do you get it? Okay, to know how you understand in this material, I will give you two questions. First question, please give me example of dicotyledons. And the second question, please give me example of monocots. Okay, who knows the answer? Please raise your hand. Okay, good. Please, Melina, where is your answer? Okay, you will answer number 2.
Okay, Miss, I will answer number 2. The example of monocots are corn, turmeric, ginger, banana, orchid, pineapple, coconut, and rice. Thank you.
Okay, good, Melina. Your answer are correct. Okay? Okay, who will answer number 1? Okay, Wilda, please give your answer.
I'll answer number 1. Examples of dicotyledonous plants are gummy plants such as rubber plants, jatropha trees, legumes such as soybeans,
Okay,
longmots,
good. Thank you,
chilies,
Wilda.
tomatoes,
Your answer
sunflowers,
are
lamtoro,
correct.
putri malu, jengkol,
Okay,
cocoa, and
class,
chilies.
based on what we've learned before, we can conclude that plants are divided into the following 3 groups. The first one is the group of mosses plants, the second is group of ferns, and the last is group of seed plants, which are grouped into 2, namely open seed plants and closed seed plants. Which closed seed plants, which are grouped into 2 types. The first one is monocot plants, and the second is dicotyledons plants. Okay guys, I hope you understand with this material, and don't forget to do your assignment on LMS. Stay healthy, and thank you very much. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.